I'm a total rebel. I rebel against everything.
The launch team wishes you good luck and Godspeed.
Do you feel alright?
We're approaching the 60-second mark.
That's stupid punk rock. I just think of it as rock and roll because that's what it is.
Okay, attention! Attention!
Third time, attention.
Wait a minute. Attention, shut up.
Punk rock night, PRN, every Saturday night at the Melody Inn. Our music scene is a family. So much love, talent, and diversity. Come one, come all, it's time to rage. We got a killer show, we're gonna blow up the stage. Have a PBR, whatever you want. Have a pub out back, all nonchalant. Great friend of the founder, we love you, man. Shout out to Rich, introducing the band. PRN, every Saturday night at the Melody Inn. To all the fans and all the bands. All the love and all the beer cans. Can't think of a better place. For the love of music that'll melt your face. Cheese or spike, just do your thing. Shout it out or play it sing. Indianapolis, we love you. No place like home for what we do at Punk Rock Night. PRN every Saturday night at the Melody Inn. Go!
Now we're on. Hey, it's PRN Live. I'm Greg. This is my permanent roommate, Craig. And this here is Rich Barker, El Presidente of the PRN Foundation and the guy who does most of the stuff at PRN.
Hello, guys.
So welcome. We're here to promote Punk Rock Night every Saturday night at the Melody Inn and give you a little preview of what's coming up. And also we have a guest tonight.
Special guest.
So, so we have a guest, Jonesy from Bloody Muffs. is
Yeah,
gonna be
good old
joining
Jonesy.
us here in just a little bit.
Yes.
Rich,
Zombie
would you-
Jonesy has risen from the dead and has
Yeah.
joined us on the show.
Style.
would you care to highlight what we have happening this weekend, Rich?
Sure. First, let's reflect on last week. A great show. Target acquired. The new lineup, tight, fun, great. We had Prison City Brigade over from Joliet, Illinois. Awesome band. Even though they were down a guitar player, they usually have two.
Oh.
Slated. They were excellent. The bassist, she's used to playing in ska bands, so she really helped them pick it up. It was a great show. So hopefully you tuned in online. You can rewatch any of these shows too. But
Yeah.
This Saturday we got some of the same members of Target acquired. Fucking fill-ins
Oh, yeah.
featuring
All right.
Craig and Shane from Target acquired,
Not
and
the-
Duck, newish kind of local band. First time we've had Duck in at PRN. Great rock and roll band, so it should be fun. Tickets are available. We're gonna be playing some videos by both bands later, but I recommend you get a ticket because main room sells out since we're at a quarter capacity, and you can still watch in the back. But you got to stay back there until people leave. So get a ticket, please, or watch right here online safely.
Yep. And and masks and everything, all the safety jazz is required there.
You have to
and
wear
we
Every
are-
time.
You have to wear 2 masks now? That's what Kristen was saying.
Only if they have vents, but that's what the government's recommending.
Do what you're comfortable with, but please do keep it on as much as you can. Distance. Sanitizers are everywhere. The gels, the sprays, the pumps, Lysol, everything. It's all over the place, so you can keep surfaces around you and your hands clean and stuff. So come out
Right
safely. Watch online. It'll be a good show. We just do 2 bands now for a while since we're at a quarter capacity. 2 bands makes it easy. The bands still get a decent pay, and we still have fun. And if you watch at home, You can donate. What you donate during the show, we'll give directly to the bands too. So it's like you're watching, just like you paid cover. Why not? I'm glad to have the help.
And
Right.
circle pit around your coffee table.
Well, Craig and I often watch it on Saturday nights
Yeah.
together,
Yeah,
and
we
so
watched it Saturday.
we had a taco party tonight just before the
Yes.
show, and so
Nice.
we're ready to go.
Tasty.
All right. Well, without further ado, I'd like to bring Bryan on.
Jonesy!
Bryan Defiance, also known as Jonesy. Hello there, Jonesy.
Hey, what's up, guys?
What's up, Jonesy? Some of us know his real name.
Yes,
So,
some of you do.
He's got 2
I
stage
don't.
names. That's enough.
Yeah.
You
Yeah,
might
that's
remember, Rich, would you like to fill the audience in on his most notable appearance last time? He is now a Joey Ramone award winner, not as a result of necessarily of the
lifetime
show, but
achievement.
all of the contribution that he's put in over the years to the.
Yeah, because not only playing in the Bloody Muffs, but helping support every scene that his band plays in, and the New York City scene. Really putting together comps, just palling up with bands, guiding them around to the right places to play.
Yeah,
Jonesy,
just trying to spread
appreciate all that.
the good music around, you know.
But it was
Send
back
you guys.
in,
I try to send you guys the best bands we know that don't know you, like the Sheckies. Remember them?
yeah.
Oh,
Love them. And the
And then
spin-off band.
Was it
Anti-
Choking Susan? I was talking to you about them one year, and you
Yep.
said, "Wow, they haven't played for so long." And I put you two together on. Boom, they played there.
Yeah, there was a drought not having them in for a while.
Yeah.
But I believe what we were talking about was during the summer, July, when you collapsed on stage, and
Yep.
most people know he technically died, and the paramedics in town brought you back to life.
They
You
did.
were a resident of Indy for six weeks or so, recovering.
6 weeks. Yeah.
Back. Reflect back on any of that?
8 weeks. It was definitely. I'll tell you what. I'm wearing my Indiana Colt pants today. I got them from the hospital because I didn't have clothes because they take them away from you when you die.
Or cut
For
them off
obvious
you?
reasons. Yeah, cut them off you. But yeah, I mean, being there for the Indianapolis 500 was really cool because that's such a huge part of your culture there. Like,
Yeah.
there wasn't a single person that I talked to in that hospital that didn't have a story from the Indianapolis 500.
Oh yeah.
And getting to watch it on TV while I was there. I mean, I got caught up in the fever of it. It was such a unique year with no crowd there. It was
Yeah,
actually
that's
happened in August instead of May.
It's part of
Like
our
the
culture.
cards-
I'd actually do websites for a couple drivers.
Yeah, I was kind of upset because originally they were going to discharge me the Friday before that, and then it didn't happen, and I was kind of glad because then I got to see the Indianapolis 500. I was kind of looking forward to it, and I got to see it.
I was thinking, it was the
That's
first
the
year-
hospital. That's the hospital when they have to airlift people
Yeah.
from the thing. That's where they go because it's the
Methodist.
closest hospital.
That's the place.
Yep. They say usually they're packed with people who like dehydrate when they're from alcohol and the heat and stuff like that. If there's a
Oh,
bad
yeah.
crash, they bring the drivers there and stuff.
Yeah.
It's really
Excuse
cool.
me.
I mean, but
I've
I
been there a
love
few times.
Indianapolis. I
Well,
loved
thank you.
Indianapolis before I lived there for 6 weeks.
We're always glad to have you in.
I
10
lived
years.
and died in Indianapolis. Actually, I died and lived in Indianapolis.
Spent a month there one night.
Seriously, there's a good analogy.
I tell you, I had good times every time I went to Indy. Every single time. That's why we keep coming back because you guys are awesome. So
Well, thanks.
thank
Yeah, we
you.
appreciate the post you made this week about us being one of the best teams.
I really think you guys are. I mean, 20 years. Do the math. This year notwithstanding, every Saturday, so that's 52. Now pick up a day or two here or there would balance off the ones you didn't end up not doing for whatever reason. 52 a year times 20 years. That's how many shows, give or take.
Yeah, that's true.
4 bands
Yeah.
a night this year notwithstanding. 4 bands
Average-
a night
Averaging 2 local bands on every show. Sometimes
on every
more.
show. So that's an average of something like 2,000 local bands. Not
That's why we
not
We give
unique.
credit to the bands and the
the-
scene and the people who come support it. We're just nurturing
The
all of
life,
that.
the lifespan of a punk band is rather short actually in most cases, and the
Less than 5
turnover
years.
rate is insane. So I mean, you keep it going, and 20 years.
Yeah.
That's impressive.
The turnover rate, is insane in the crowds because people hook up and have babies or whatever,
Yep.
die.
Yeah.
But in some cases,
Yeah.
it
It's
Craig,
like every
52
4
times
years we get
4
a
times
new bunch
10
of regulars.
20.
Yeah.
Craig's
Yeah.
trying to figure out the math on how many bands we've done.
Just
here.
noticed we're all
It's over
celebrating
4,000. It's definitely over 4,000 because 10 years is 520, so 1040 times 4.
Yeah.
There you
It's
go.
40,
Jonesy
44,
just has it
60,
in his head.
Greg, Craig, and I all repping the indie music scene.
44, 40, something like that.
Indie Live.
What do we got? What do you? Oh, you got the punk rock night. I got quality in
Yep.
that I printed.
Well, we're all indied up tonight because of Jonesy.
Indeed.
Hey, who does that punk tune? The really punky punk rock night. It's Saturday night.
That's Jason
that's
Bambry.
melody in.
It's
Who is
Jason
that?
Bambry with the background. Jason Bambry released a new album where a bunch of other musicians played with him. That was Jason with Mr. Clit and the Pink Cigarettes.
Oh, that's awesome.
Craig and
That's
I
a great
performed on that
tune.
album too.
Yes.
That's a great tune. That's a
There's
really
also
great tune.
Chris Coolidge put out a
Yes.
punk rock night song, and
And
Yes.
we have
so
another.
did
That was at the
Great
beginning
Terror.
of the. That was at the beginning of that was in there too.
Yep.
I love those guys. They're so cool.
We haven't
the
incorporated
shower
the
trombone was the best. And the kids
Yeah.
playing in the video. That was a
Awesome
fun
video.
video. That's a totally fun
We were
video.
glad to debut that on the Mel-Age show.
Coolidge
Yeah.
is one of my favorite bands. They are just a
So
lovely
good.
local band. They came from a band called Johnny Sacco, which was a great ska band.
They got to be pretty big.
Yeah.
regionally and nationally.
And Mike Wiltrout was originally the lead singer for that, and then Chris Coolidge took over, as I call him,
Nice.
Chris Coolidge.
Yeah,
But
he goes by that.
Let me ask you guys a question. Have you guys caught any wind of what I've been working on for the last couple weeks? Anyway,
Seen your posts. but
I've listened to
got a
your
few-
post.
well, it goes back about 6 weeks or something. I was watching this, and I remember you saying something about donations to the foundation's PayPal. You would pay directly to the bands because you're not making enough money to pay the bands the right way. And is that am I correct, or was I?
Some nights are slower than others, but yeah.
But you only have a limit
Anything
of
donated during the
25.
show. Yeah.
Right, but you only have a limit of 25%.
Yep.
So, you know what I'm saying? You basically, the money you were taking in would go to pay the bands that are playing, right?
Right.
Correct. Yeah, we'd
Okay.
supplement what we got off the door to give to the bands.
With
donations.
right.
Absolutely.
So on the New Year's Eve show, I was in the chat room and talking with John Sanders, and he said that me and him should team up on a comp. So I talked to him the next day and said, hey, why don't we put together like a benefit comp for you guys and put it on Bandcamp and link it right to your foundation, and then you'll get a pool of money possibly to have to pay bands if you need to.
Wow.
And we started I started hitting up bands, and it's coming out. The goal is to put it out next week ahead of Bandcamp Friday. So the first big push, Bandcamp won't take their cut and you get a little more money.
Dang.
Well, nice.
It's at 14 songs right now. I'm still waiting for a couple more.
Holy
That's awesome.
Wow. We've been
I now that I told you guys that big secret that everybody knows, but you guys, your guys' band should all get on it.
Oh, well,
You know?
Absolutely.
yeah. Greg's
And
in a
it's
couple of
very
bands.
good mix. It's a very good mix of local indie bands and bands that I know that have toured there. So like Teo's on it, Coolidge is on it.
Oh, nice.
dig it.
Wow.
Mr.
Coolidge
Clit,
is
of
on it?
course, Lousy Sue,
Damn.
Covert Flops,
Lots of great
Covert
stuff.
Flops rather. You know, like a lot of the locals. Do you guys remember On the Cinder?
Yeah, I
Oh,
love those
yeah.
guys. Favorites.
They're on it. Yep,
love
they're
that
on
band.
it. City Mouse is on it.
Awesome.
Aw.
Who else? Sunday Black.
Black
Yeah.
Sunday, yeah.
Black Sunday.
Awesome.
Right.
Yeah.
Choking Susan.
Holy
Sweet.
cow, we got to get
Wow.
up on it.
Mathematics.
him the video right now.
The
It's like All
Sheckies.
Stars.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
And then I was gonna do our song where we call you guys out.
Yeah.
But I just recorded a brand new song, like in a live stream I did, which was really great. And it's probably going to be exactly the way it's going to be, and it's going to be on our album, and it's going to be in our live set. So I said, fuck it. I threw it on there. There's actually a brand new Bloody Muffs song, which it's just me,
Really?
not the band. But
Wow. Very cool.
yeah. So, I mean,
Are you getting together with your band at all right now?
yeah,
Or
we're
is
going
it-
to start getting together now soon,
Cool.
either through the Zoom or in person very soon.
Yeah, there's ways to do it safely in person too.
Yeah.
I practice in a big room and we all stay in our separate places, and
Yeah.
PAs help, long cords.
We hung up shower curtains between people here.
Right.
at
I
the
saw
house.
the Craig
Oh,
showed
yeah.
the video, or Craig's band's
Yeah, the
video
run up
there.
videos. Yeah.
Right. And apparently Dave does not have COVID. The test came back negative, so he does not have COVID. So,
Oh, that's
yay.
good news.
Maybe Monday we can practice. Hopefully.
So I'm glad to hear that. But you know, he was symptomatic, but not like, you know, we're hanging out or anything. We're still in quarantine. I'm
You
keeping
probably had
this
some
under
bad
lockdown.
mustard. Stay away from the bad mustard. That'll same symptoms.
See?
Don't eat the brown mustard.
So
That's awesome.
NYC.
I count in a Slappy song and a GBR song, and it's 20 years of GBR this year, and we're actually playing a
Nice.
show. So,
Nice.
and to
Yeah,
hark back
all you
to
guys
what you're
should
talking about,
send me something.
Jason Bambury, we've got him playing a solo show at PRN with another band, just him solo, like we've done with Chad from Covert Flops. He'll be playing here in a couple weeks.
Oh,
So
right
we're
on.
just doing what the law allows us, or what the mandates allow us, and because I don't know, it's just hard to sit on our hands, especially after 20 years. And you know, every time things started to spiral down, we would just get more of a fighting attitude behind it. And then
Scummy says new target acquired song on that comp too.
Yeah, I haven't gotten
really?
their song yet.
Pretty cool.
But yeah, I'm waiting. That's one of the ones I'm waiting for. I think Some Kind of Nightmares recording now too.
Awesome.
Oh,
One of our
nice.
favorites.
Yep.
Love those guys.
Yeah, it's a lot of your favorites. And when I told them what I was doing, they instantly, you know, some just sent me a song and didn't even reply. It's just like, oh, for those guys, yeah, I love those guys. We'll take care. Yeah, definitely,
That's
definitely.
awesome.
You know,
Thanks for all the love,
Yeah,
everybody. And it goes to help, you know, we're helping the community. So
it's
they're helping themselves too.
yeah,
Really.
we're
Well,
giving
now
back to you. And you guys, I mean, you know, I'm kind of paying you back for helping me out last summer. So this is how I can help you guys out now.
You just
Yeah,
never stop,
it's-
Jonesy. It's awesome.
I mean, you live like in Manhattan, right?
Nah,
where do
not
you-
right now. I don't.
Okay, but but very close, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it just seems like you know, I visited New York over the years and would go to, you know, like Otto's Shrunken Head and the Continental, and
Continental's gone.
I know.
yeah,
It's my favorite
gone.
place to play.
And there was a lot of places, and now I just think they've just, you know, it got too expensive in New York to keep a thriving scene.
A dive bar. You need a good dive bar. Come on.
So you went to the Continental?
Yeah.
I used to play there.
The 5 shots at anything for $10.
Yep. I remember the big sign.
Yep. I figured out at one time you can get 6 shots of Jaeger for $10. You get the
Dang.
extra shot that way. I got plowed at that place, man.
I knew
Yikes.
things were in big trouble when I went down St. Mark's and stopped in Search and Destroy, and they had $800 studded jackets that were obviously discarded from people like you, or
Discarded. I don't throw mine away.
well, I mean, or they died or something, and they're selling their studded jacket, and I'm like, oh my god, you know, because I've always felt a great affinity that, you know, the jacket is an expression of yourself, but now they're just sold for fashion.
Yes.
I'll tell you, if
So-
there's
Posers.
one thing you guys should totally experience is one of the day drinking shows we do.
Been wanting to.
Those are amazing. They're I miss that. I was kind of burned out on them, but now not being able to do them at all, I'm like really missing them.
Hopefully they'll
There's
come back
always
soon.
like 4 or 5 great bands in the afternoon. Doesn't compete with the nighttime shows, so more people come out.
I would
We have
totally
so
do
much
that.
fun.
We should totally fly out there and do that, man. Once all
Yeah.
this COVID stuff
Yeah.
lifts, I mean, I
Yeah.
am hungry to travel.
Yeah,
I'm in.
I'll hook it up. I mean, the owner told me, live music's coming back. So there is a plan apparently behind the
Good.
scenes, but that they're not telling the public with the New York's plans. But she said, don't worry, live music is coming back.
Well, you got to have a strategy. Hopefully they do have one together.
Live music is completely banned right now.
It's crazy.
They had
We get people driving down from
something-
Michigan to Indiana because there's nothing going on up there.
Yeah. Ohio, actually, Indiana and Ohio are the only 2 places that are still doing stuff right now.
Wow.
I think maybe Pennsylvania.
We got friends in California. They're doing the drive-in shows. You have to stay in your car.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Did you see the Flaming Lips? Everybody had a bubble that they stayed in.
Oh,
The
yeah.
pod.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Very inventive.
Speaking of
We
the
should have
Flaming Lips.
bubbles. I wonder if they'd run us those bubbles. Then we
You
could.
got to be creative these days.
That would solve a few problems.
Yeah.
I wonder if you could do a drive-in show at the Mel because you got that big parking lot across the street.
They've done movies out there. The church that the parking lots for the church. They've done some movie shows out there.
Yeah,
There's that big park too.
The church is
Yeah.
very generous with their parking lot. So
Yeah, we thank them for that.
yeah, they own a significant amount of real estate here on that corner. So,
Right on.
and Rich, I think I've addressed this with you before, but they were talking about putting senior assisted living in across the street from the Mel, which I
Yeah.
was kind of like, no, because they would. That's how the Lounge Acts in Chicago got shut down, is that they built up all these apartments around there, and the people just kept complaining about Lounge Acts. And I saw some great bands at Lounge Acts, most notably 7 Year Bitch,
Wow.
which was a fantastic show. And I would think that was towards the end of their band. So good stuff. But yeah, it takes a lot of fight to keep it going. And we as Rich said earlier, we can't please everybody all of the time, but we've done our best over the years to
Wasn't
keep it
always
going.
peaches and cream.
Was
You got that clip?
It wasn't always peaches and cream.
Thank you, Joey.
Thank you, Joey.
Yeah, and
I
we're
would
not the only
definitely
game
say
in
you
town.
you guys are definitely above and beyond.
Well, thank
So-
you. We work with other clubs
And-
too, because we know we're not the only game in town. We want other clubs to strive. We do shows at other venues, and sometimes when we have a metal night, we let other venues know so they can have a punk night. Spread around the level a
Right,
little bit.
right.
It takes the
You know,
community
yeah.
working together for it to work out, and we thank all the
Yeah.
bands working with us, the fans. People drive in from all around the state, sometimes out of town for the shows. We really, all the respect goes to them.
Yeah, I was
And,
amazed at the
in
first.
that-
Go ahead,
In that
Jonesy.
post about you guys being the best culture and stuff, I mean, New York's still got a really good culture.
Oh, no doubt.
I'm not going to say I'm not complaining that New York isn't amazing. I mean, it's
But okay, so aside from Otto's Shrunken Head, where in New York do we have a scene going?
I would say I know a few people. I know a few people I could put you in touch with that would take care of you on other boroughs.
Well, I just
Like,
want to go to a show. I'm like a punk tourist because
Oh,
originally,
there's shows. There's shows everywhere. I mean, there's so many shows that they're everywhere. There's just clubs everywhere in Brooklyn and stuff. There's always a show to go to. The best time to come is in the spring, summer. Go to Tompkins Square Park on a Saturday or a Sunday. There's usually a punk show in the park.
Cool.
There's also like a Beatles band that plays all the time. But I went there like 4 or 5 consecutive weeks, and it was a different punk show.
Dig it.
So that was pretty
Nice.
cool. And then across the street from that, there's a place called A7. No, that's not what it's called. Niagara is what it's called. It used to be A7. They do Sunday matinee punk shows, hardcore shows. So a lot of times those are going on at the same time as the show in the park. So you can pop over there and get your buzz on and come back because they're free.
Cool.
Yeah.
And then, it was cool that they did Sundays because they're not competing with the Saturdays that I'm doing. It's respect. That's cool.
Right on. And so where are you doing show? Oh, what the Saturdays that you were doing or currently doing?
We're doing. I haven't done a show in a
I
year.
hadn't seen anything, so I was like,
my last show was I think the last show I did was at the end of February last year. Then I was the rest of the year was kind of a fuck up for me.
Yeah. For everybody, really.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. I mean, if you're gonna have a situation like you did, I guess this is the year to do it because there's not too much going on.
I don't know. It was kind of fun.
Yeah, well, it was definitely. I mean,
got
Craig
to do
and
something most people.
Craig and I were just shocked when it went down with you at the Melody Inn. We were just
that must have been. God. I was shocked too. It didn't.
We felt so powerless because I wasn't there to
and the live feed cut off.
Get in the way of everybody. What, the live feed cut off?
Like no, when that happened.
Yeah. Oh yeah, the live feed cut off. We had a
but like way before that. I saw that somebody had a video of it, and I saw it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not pretty.
Yeah, I don't even want to play that song again.
And the thing was, seriously, you guys played there the day before and invited me up on stage to sing a song with you.
To do the Black Sabbath song.
Exactly. And I was ready to do it again the night you passed out and passed away. I was all ready to sing it, so I was pretty much focused on that. Then you went down like,
oh man, I'm sorry.
No. I was just glad you're awesome and better and looking like the good old Jonesy we all know and love now.
I'm getting
That's
there.
What matters.
I just don't drink anymore. That's the weird thing.
But I don't drink any less.
Well, did you? Was that? I guess that's not a tough transition after living in a hospital for like 6 weeks. What was it? 6
well,
or
when
5?
I got out of the hospital, I wanted to. I got back to New York. I was like, I wanted to drink. I wanted to have a beer here, a beer there, but I ended up in the emergency room again. I would drink a half a beer. It was at a restaurant, and boom, I passed out.
Wow.
I ended up in going to the emergency room for like 8 hours that night. Figured 2 out of the last 5 times I drank, I ended up in an emergency room. I took that as a sign.
Yeah, that's a good sign.
Yeah.
Wow. So the key to your success is just fear that you're gonna.
I got no
dead,
fear.
or is it blood? Is it a blood sugar thing, or what is it?
I got no. What I have? It's a hereditary heart disease.
Gotcha.
Cardiovascular Mansaka I don't know.
Yeah, you don't want that.
No, it's nothing I can do about it. My grandfather dropped dead around almost the exact same age as me. Same way. Just.
Damn. Yeah. Don't want to.
No, hang in there, Jonesy.
Well,
I'm doing all right.
You were doing what you loved when you were on stage, so
that's how I want to go.
Yeah, I was a little disappointed when they told me what happened. I was like, "And you brought me back?" They looked at me. I'm like, "Well, it's the perfect exit, man."
I don't think I would have forgiven myself had you died on here and stage.
The Jonesy Memorial Stage.
Yeah, seriously.
Of the Melody Inn.
I didn't get that.
Well, I watch the show every week usually. If I'm not there when it's happening, I watch the replay. So I'm always seeing that spot. There's like a blue light right where it happened.
Yeah. Thanks for tuning in. Feel free to chat and tune in anytime. Thanks for everyone chatting tonight.
I wanted to let you know about that comp.
Cameron. Yeah, I love hearing about that comp. I can't wait to check it. And like I said, I'll submit a couple tracks and
Cool.
help out too.
Right on. Well, all of the money. It's so since we turned into a 501c3 nonprofit in order because we were gonna try to start a festival, but then COVID came along and just stabbed the crap out of that. But luckily, we had this in place so that we could that we've used it to help out with this whole COVID thing, and it's kind of amazing to me the amount of money that we've been able to raise and distribute through the nonprofit. So and
yeah, write it off in your taxes, and we help people like Jonesy, the Melody Inn, and bands. Helps cover some of our expenses too, which keeps us doing what we do because we're all volunteers.
Effing right.
So, thank you.
Yeah, and we're a nonprofit, so we're going to be completely transparent about the money and books and everything like that.
Crystal
we've made probably close to
$1 million.
$1 million. No, about 30 G's. This
Wow.
year has flowed through the through us to, but basically it's all going back to bands.
An
So
offshore bank account. Small bank account.
yeah, we're retiring, and
Craig's mic
more-
needs to go up a little. I can barely hear Craig.
I'm in cahoots with Richard Branson on a new island.
yeah,
You might need to speak up, Craig. We can barely hear you.
Oh, hello.
Yeah, you're on
I
the
can-
black one.
I can hear me. Well, what the crap?
You're a little better now.
Hello.
All right. Well, he's at maximum volume.
Max power.
All right.
Well,
That's
you switched out the mics.
Because I didn't like that one last week. I like this one.
Well, we can't hear you on this one, so switch it back.
Well, I
We'll have
mean,
to do
this
it
is
right
a
now.
directional microphone, so but you got to talk into the mic.
I
dude.
am talking into the mic.
Well, maybe. All right, here. Let me play a Bloody Muffs video.
Yeah, we need some videos
while
up in here.
while we do this. Oh, I haven't done any of my.
And thanks, Scummy, for the kind words.
Yeah, and Scummy, your show last week was.
That's the
I
best
was
lineup.
the best one yet.
Hello.
Yeah, they were good.
Sounds good, Craig.
Okay, good.
Yeah, and it's kind of it's kind of gelling. And is that better, Craig?
I think so, but it's like I've been talking this whole time. Nobody's been able to hear me.
Well, that's a 57 there.
I've
and that
mentioned
was
it a few
58.
times, but
It's like a 47 cabin.
What is it? 220, 221, whatever it takes.
What are you installing?
All right, here we're gonna play you a quick Bloody Muffs, their classic. Let's Get Drunk and Fuck.
Oh, nice.
I was walking around New York, dragging on my cigarette, looking for somewhere to go. Saw a sign on the door, swear that I've been there before. Sign said come in and have a drink. Well, I walked through the empty room,
The Bloody
Classic.
Muffs.
That was I haven't seen that video in years, man. That was a fun night.
Flaming
played a few
Dr.
times.
Pepper. Where were you
Yeah, that
drinking
was
those?
that was in Toledo. The bartender's name is Martha. She's really awesome. Our buddy Tim is there. He's the one that always bought those for us. Like every time we played in that place, he bought round after round after round after round after round. Toledo was a fun place.
Dr. Pepper and
that was a fun night.
That's-
We played for you guys the next night.
There's no Dr. Pepper in it, Craig. It just tastes like that when you drink it.
It tastes just like it.
Amaretto
And
lit on fire.
Budweiser.
Mr.
Yeah, and
Pip,
dropped in a beer.
Pimps or
Pib.
something. Pimps.
Pib.
Pib.
And
No,
then
no,
they
no.
pour
Mr.
151 over it to ignite it.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah,
we
the
played punk rock
151.
night with that hangover.
Oh, my God.
Ouch.
You know
Those
which
boys
one it
up in
was? It
Toledo.
was the Enders, Mr. Clinton, the Pink Cigarettes, and the Panty Liners and us in 2012.
Wow. Good memory.
Oh, the panty liners. Yes.
Yeah.
Now that's why I'm getting confused with the with
Or just
panty
Panty
line.
Line. Yeah. Two different bands.
Because
Right.
I'm like, there was something hanging with me, and then yes, the panty liners. That's what it is.
Yep.
Yep, that was Fox. That was his band, right?
Yep. That was it.
Fox Winter, something like that.
You got it. Good memory.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that was a long time ago.
Yeah. We're seeing the poster for that recently. You see, we went through all the posters.
Yes, somebody bought it on the auction.
Yep.
I think one of my friends bought it. It was pretty
By
cool.
the way, some people still need to pick up their auction items. Quite a few. We still got stacks of posters at the mill. They're all bagged up. Some people still need to pay. Most people have.
Come on,
But
dummies.
133 items that sold. Yeah, some people still need to pick them up. We sent around some reminders, so check your email. Come by the mill and pick them up any day they're open, or make arrangements to have them shipped, because they don't want to keep your winnings there forever. And we want to make sure you get what you bid on and won. Some cool stuff.
Got to make room for the new
Plus,
Mel merch that I printed.
On
for
the pool
them.
table is a stack of posters that either didn't sell or weren't even in the auction. You can buy those for just $5 each. You know, get some more art to hang up at home and stuff to keep and help the mill with.
Yep. And that comp that Jonesy is going to be putting out is going to help us as well. And so we'll start pushing that. And that's a great idea. You know, it's been something that has been proposed over and over to us. And we've just never had the manpower to do that as well.
Takes a special person. So thanks, Jonesy.
Yeah, we appreciate it.
I'm more than happy to help you guys with the cause, you know. Compilations are my specialty.
No doubt.
It's good stuff, and you've had a lot of exposure to music. And how many, if you had to estimate, Jonesy, how many shows have you seen?
Oh.
If you could give us like a ballpark.
10,000.
Shows that I've gone to, or shows that I've seen that I played?
No, shows that you've gone to. I mean, just as a consumer, or, I mean, since you're an artist as well, shows that you've played. But I mean,
all right, combined. Holy Jesus! I went to.
I mean, do you think it's 10,000?
No. Maybe no.
One show a week.
No, I went to a lot of shows in the 90s. I was going to like maybe say 3 a month. But then like I was going out 7 nights a week for like 5 years.
Right, but were you going to shows for that?
Yeah, no, I always went to shows.
Yeah,
Played
that was
shows,
my
too.
That's what my thing.
We played a lot of
and,
Monday nights and Wednesday nights, and got to know the bartenders on a Tuesday night. We get free drinks, you know, with band playing and stuff.
I would be everywhere at almost every show, handing out those damn punk rock night cards.
Yeah.
I used to like going to the trash bar. They had an open bar like hour before the show. So you pay the cover, and there's an open PBR bar. And how much PBR can you drink? But till you get ahead of that, you know, drink more than the cover paid. You know.
Yeah.
Well, Craig, I think that would be a question for you.
Get sloshed. One day, one of my friends got added to a show, and they were playing at the time of the happy hour.
Right.
They moved the happy hour up an hour, and I'm like, well, I'm not fucking missing that. That's how I get my money back. So I go there at 7 o'clock. It turns out it still went to 9 o'clock. I drank a case of PBR, some shots. I think there's some other things mixed in.
Yeah,
Our other friends tied for last were playing at Bar Matchless on the other side of Brooklyn. So I walked over there. I lived in between the two places. I get over there. I have a PBR, and it just didn't make me feel good. So I drank a water. And during their first song, I just puked all over the bar.
Yikes.
Spilled out into the streets and went home.
Wow.
Those were the fun days. And I know I used to see multiple shows in a night. And Bloody Muffs have probably played over it has to be over 400 shows by now.
Wow.
Has to be. I mean, we were approaching 200 like in 2013 or 14, so we got to be over 400 now.
Nice.
500.
Right.
I used to play in 7 different bands at the same time, so some weeks I was playing 7 nights a week. I wouldn't say 10,000, but between 5 and 7, I'd say definitely.
Right. Well, I could see that. I mean, I think the best thing that you can do as an artist is to go see other artists because
I don't remember a lot of those nights either.
But you get something from it. I mean, there's something in there that just drives its way in, and and with my band, you know, it's just a smidgen of basically all of my influences, and you know, I pick something out of most every show that I can agree with.
Yeah, plus just going. You're there to support them.
And if it was like a non-COVID world, I don't know what's going to be the post-COVID world, but before COVID, if you were going to come and play here, I could have probably put you in touch with this guy, Larry, who's in a really great band called Butt Pyrite. He could probably set you up in Queens. My friend Kip, who's a really good promoter, he could probably hook you up in Brooklyn. I could hook you up on a Saturday afternoon. And my friend in Staten Island can hook you up on a Sunday night. So you can do 4 shows.
Oh, see, and that's what we were trying to do in this area. We had it going for limited times, but keeping the show going. I mean, keeping multiple shows going in multiple different cities when you're depending on, you know, the other promoters, you know.
Some of them had a good run, but it's hard to.
Yeah, they had a good run, and they just they eventually fall off. I don't know what is mentally wrong with Rich and I that we have just, you know, fought through this. But I know part of my problem is an anger issue, and that, you know, every time, you know, somebody would be like, you know, well, that had its run, I'd be like, oh no, it didn't. Here we go again.
Yeah, my friend Larry, the guy that would hook you up in Queens, he's a lot like me. As far as like what he does for the scene, he's a lot like me. He helps touring bands. He helps bands find shows. He books nights. He has a record label he puts bands out on and stuff. I don't do that. I put out free shit. I'm a socialist.
Right.
But,
every town needs their own Jonesy.
Yeah, so we have 2 actually in New York. And then the guy who would be the Friday or the Brooklyn guy, he's a legendary promoter. He's a good dude. I wouldn't send you to Schmucks. And then the guy in Staten Island, he would be you might be better off on a Friday in Staten Island and then do my show and the Saturday show.
What club does he work with?
Mother Pugs.
Okay. So I played the Red Key Lounge. Does that sound familiar?
I think I played there.
Yeah, I played there with 2-Bit Terribles.
I think I was drinking Dead Guy Ale that night.
A good choice by Rogue.
Yeah, Rogue, right. Yeah, that was that night. But yeah, I played there by myself, I think.
Wow.
And then I didn't even factor those shows in. I played I played a lot of shows by myself, like a year and a half straight at Otto's without missing a week. I used to play this other guy who used to book shows, Chris. He booked this place, the Ding Dong Lounge, and I would play there solo. This other place, Broadway Dive, where we played on the balcony. I was playing a lot of those shows.
Wow.
I like autos a lot.
Yeah, I had a good life as a musician. Didn't make any money, but I had a fun
Not over
time.
yet.
No,
well, we should play
not at
a
all.
video for someone playing this weekend. We've only played one video thus far, but we've got a special guest. That's understandable.
Fair enough. I will. Well,
We do have the fucking fill-ins and Duck playing this Saturday. Get a ticket. It's highly recommended. There's still a few left.
I haven't heard
play.
Duck.
Well, I'm gonna
They
play
don't-
them
they don't give a
here
fuck.
next.
Really cool, unique rock band. You'll dig them.
Yeah.
Duck.
Although I
Goose.
heard their newer stuff is a little different than their older. They've only been around over about a year or so anyway. So already evolving.
And you can tell from the video, this is a 4-minute video that was recorded at the Melody by Duck that they put out, and it is during COVID times, and you can definitely tell because we have all the caution tape up and everything, and so
And there's nobody in there.
we're
They're all
doing
spread
stuff
out.
to try to prevent the spread of COVID.
When it looks like
so
no one's there's usually there people all spread out, which is good.
Yes.
That's what we're trying to do.
need to get those bubbles for people to walk around in. Anyways, here's Duck for you. There you go, Duck playing
like
this
it.
weekend.
They're pretty cool.
Saturday night.
It's kind of like Quicksand meets Sonic Youth. Get a little
Yeah.
post-hardcore rock in there. I dig it.
I really like how that song wraps it up, and they do that transition at the end, and it's just
Yeah, there's some good
Good
bands in indie. There's a lot of really good bands in indie.
Yeah, they're fairly new too. They played Black Circle a bit, and of course
Yeah.
the Mel that time. So we got them this Saturday. Tune in online or come out if you got a ticket. There's still tickets available.
yeah, good bands everywhere. If people really try to push it, and I found in the early days of Punk Rock Night, some of the best bands we'd have in. As far as Indiana bands, were these bands that of like 3 or 4 guys that lived in the middle of nowhere, and usually dudes, occasionally a female, but usually dudes that live in the middle of nowhere. And what do they have to do? Practice.
Yeah.
That's what they do.
Still get that.
Hang out and practice.
Like, hey, Brothers Gross was like that. They're from DeMott, Indiana, out of nowhere.
Exactly.
They had some amazing material. So
Amazing, and they are spot on. I mean, the fabulous musicians. But when you live in the middle of nowhere, what are you gonna do? Play Xbox all day?
nah.
Eh.
Well, you guys
I
probably
know.
see it all the time when touring bands come through. Like a lot of times, like 4 or 5 shows into a tour, bands are locked in.
Oh yeah.
And like, there's been times like we hook a lot of touring bands up in New York, and like we know a lot of bands in the Midwest, so they're hitting us 4, 5, 10 days in, and we're playing with bands that are like machines, and that's like hard.
Oh yeah. You look at bands like Some Kind of Nightmare.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah,
All on the road. Yeah.
toured
Especially
constantly.
if you play the same set every night, you're just tight.
Mhm.
I like to mix it up when I'm doing more than one show on the road, but if you're playing the same set or just the same handful of songs, you're getting those razor sharp.
yeah.
Well, Rich,
The-
you
The people I
strike
just
me-
told you about for New York, Some Kind of Nightmare knows all those people too.
Oh yeah.
They're good people. I like them.
Yep. Great.
Yeah, good band. They've stayed with us here before, and once this COVID thing wraps up, we're gonna open back up the house. You've stayed here before, Brian,
Oh yeah, I have.
and we're
I
gonna
changed
open
the
back up
strings
the
on my
house.
guitar last time I stayed there.
Oh yeah, I have
And then I put the
I have
Punk
a
Rock Night
wonderful
sticker,
picture.
and then the Punk Rock Night sticker went and covered the S in Skunt on my guitar, so now it says dirty word. That was the last time I stayed at your place. We went to Michigan the next day. The
Oh
woods.
right.
That was a trip. It took us all day to get there because we were moving so slow in the morning. We stopped for breakfast and whatnot and drove all day. We literally got there, parked the car, and walked up right when we were getting on stage. It was so rock star.
Whoa.
I'm sure I've helped be responsible for a few bands being late to some gigs.
Oh yeah. Have this 40 before you leave.
Let's go out to breakfast at the sinking ship. There's a recipe for success right there.
Smoke 3 packs of cigarettes in a couple hours.
Yeah.
You've been on one of those weekends with us before, Craig.
Oh yeah.
You know where one of my other favorite places to play is Detroit. It's the same there. It's like always like getting out of there late because we had such a good time.
You have
I
a
love
favorite club up
Detroit.
there?
I do. Kelly's.
Hamtramck.
It's
Kelly,
in Hamtramck.
really?
Yep.
Everybody
it's
always
a lot
talks
of
about
fun.
Smalls.
Yeah,
The guy I know
Smalls.
puts us in Kelly's. I like it there. I've had a lot of fun at Kelly's.
We got a lot of friends and bands that we get down from Detroit, so love that scene.
So Choking Susan will totally help you out.
Of
You
course.
guys are family. The Hormones too. Yeah.
Yep, go
I
way
mean, I
back.
know
We got-
they hooked us up for years.
We just rebooked Sugar Punk Fairies. They're coming back.
Oh,
Oh,
did
nice.
you?
Yep,
Awesome. I love those ladies.
they're awesome.
There's a lot
Yeah.
of good bands in Detroit.
Definitely.
We played there a few times with different bands. We haven't played with the same bands yet at any of the shows, except for Choking Susan.
Yeah.
Played with them like 3 or 4 times.
Gotta have some favorites.
Right.
That's good to have a good variety. See some others.
But we were lucky. First time we played at PJ's Lager House. That's a good spot too. That's in Corktown.
Right.
That was we had a real good time there. This guy Damien, who he's the head of an artist group there called like Detroit Can Kill You or something like that. And it's just all street art and events and underground stuff. And he became friends with us, and he's been putting us in Kelly's for the last couple of years, and it's a good time.
How did Bloody Muffs get together?
I started the idea when I was playing in another band. There was a picture of me with blood on my face, and somebody asked me what I was going to capture. It was like a fake blood. It was like a Halloween show, and we used to smoke a joint during the drum solo and pass it. Everybody would pass it to each other. But there's an uptight club and a police station across the street, so we cut that out of the show that night. And it was Halloween, so I got these blood capsules, and I took like 5 or 6 of them. And I just like started oozing it out of my mouth, and it was dripping down. And somebody got a picture of me with that, and he asked me what the caption should be, and I was just like, Jonesy after eating a bloody muff. And the dude just got so like put off by the thought. I went to work the next day at Whole Foods, and I was saying, after that reaction, I'm going to start a punk band called the Bloody Muffs. And the guy challenged me to do it, so I went over to the whole body computer and logged on to the internet and started a MySpace page for it. And then I just started putting acoustic demos up there for a couple of years. I met up with this guy who could program drums, and he played bass, so we started playing electric in 2008, I guess. We used to have a dancer too back then. This girl, we called her Dick. Her name was Christine. She's a wonderful girl. She's dead now, and that's a sad story. But she used to dance for us, and she was awesome. We played one show. It was the first time we played in like 7 weeks. So I said to her, I was like, "Yo, we're gonna suck tonight because we haven't played my mom had died and stuff, and it was like a weird time." And I hurt my arm. That was the other reason we didn't play for 7 weeks. I had tripped on the sidewalk and I jammed my arm, and I couldn't even play guitar for weeks. It's horrible. Anyway, I said, we're going to suck. Could you flash the crowd? And sure enough, she flashed the crowd.
Oh my God.
There's this guy from England. I can't remember his name. He was like a folk punk guy that always came to play. And he remembered us as the guy. You're the band with the girl that flashes the crowd. But then
that's why
the drum machine didn't work out. We hated it. And so this guy, MC Too Tall, a hip hop dude, he knew Kat from another band she was in. And he put us in touch with her, and then she became the drummer. And then we basically pushed the bass player guy out and got Jessica, who I played with in a lot of different bands. And that's how the band got together. We recorded Heavy Flow and realized we had something good. Nice. So we took it a little more serious as we went on.
I remember you went through a few bassists.
We did. It was a little, it was a revolving door for a while there, but we loved. Doc was awesome. She was awesome.
Yeah.
This girl Pixie, who played in Tied for Last, she played with us in New York for a while when Doc couldn't play.
Wasn't there Carmen for a bit?
Jessica Corman. She was the first bass player.
And now you got Henry. He's awesome.
Yeah. Solves the problem. He's going to be there anyway, so.
Good.
Might as well throw a bass in his hands and just
yeah.
Cool.
And so your drummer, how did you guys meet?
Well, it's funny. This MC Too Tall character put us in touch. And she had commented on our MySpace page that she thought we were cool. And I was supposed to reach out to her, but I didn't know who she was, so I never did. And then she reached out to me like a month later and was like, "Hey, when are you gonna contact me? I mean, I want to play with you," and blah 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 or whatever it was. I was like, oh, right on. Let's get an audition. There we go.
Nice.
And she's
She
been my
is a
mate for
huge
12,
fan.
12. Yeah, she's been my mate for 12 years, man. It's awesome.
Nice.
Amazing.
I have a great drummer.
Yeah, she is wonderful and
And for
loves
some reason,
you.
she likes playing with me.
She's tilting Rodriguez cool.
Yeah, it's cool, man. We're a family, and that's
Yeah,
just really cool.
that is apparent, and that's what I love to see. And when all that shit was going on, she was there on point and handling the situation.
Yeah.
We played a show in Columbus, Ohio, 2016. It was, and the drummer in one of the bands was a total misogynist, and she was setting up her drums, and he goes, "Oh, isn't that cute? You're setting up your boyfriend's drums for him." And she's like, "No, they're my drums, and I'm the drummer."
Oh man.
Oh, isn't that cute or something like that? And it set her off. And Henry told me about it in the backyard, and I just came in and said to her, I was like, yeah, just chill out, concentrate on the show. I'll handle that guy. So we're up on the show, and I said, "Hey, how'd you like to hear a song from our wonderful drummer, Cat Chaos, huh? Isn't that cute?" And the guy knew exactly what I was doing, and he couldn't do anything about it because I was on stage. I go to the bar after our set, and I was getting a drink, and that guy's just sitting there, like looking at me, like he wanted to hit me, and he wasn't sure if he should.
She definitely took him down a peg.
Yeah.
Well,
but he's not their band's drummer anymore either. So,
well, this is the type of things that bond all of us as humans, and so this is definitely, I could definitely see that as a bonding moment for you two. And how
I know a really good band in Columbus. I got to get them to come to play for you guys. They're called Ted Danson. They're really good dudes.
Good. We got a lot.
They gave me a song for one of my comps. It was called "Beer and Percocets."
Wow.
They're a lot of fun.
Type of band.
So for the people out there, if they want to look you up, where do they go to find you?
Facebook, I guess.
You still have bloodymuffs.com?
BloodyMuffs.com works.
Well, specifically, I was talking about your band camp.
The BloodyMuffs.bandcamp.com.
Right on. And your compilations.
The compilations are lmsnt.bandcamp.com. Let's make some noise together is what it stands for. And I believe, but I'm not 100%, but the Bandcamp address for you guys are going to be we love PRN or we love PRNindie.bandcamp.com.
Sweet. We'll share the links once they're up.
Yep.
Cool. And being that it's Bandcamp, and we're a 501c3, they might have some special deal because I know that eBay has special deals for 501c3s, and so our future auctions are probably going to be targeted towards that, just selling some merchandise and things like that. And maybe, help out, because this is all to help out the bands, because I admire what everybody does to keep this going. And it's always been alluring and amazing to me, the power of music, in that it forms such bonds, with people that, I would have never known you had it not, or Rich, had it not been for me, or Craig, for that. Living with me now. I mean, I can't get rid of the guy. But it's always been amazing to me, and for people to put in the time and money that they do to just put out a show. The most memorable and the first show that I ever put on at Punk Rock Night, they said, "Oh my God, we're getting paid." Because I was like, "Hey, you realize that?" Because they were complaining that they drove 12 hours because their van stunk like shit. But I was like, "You realize you're only getting paid like $30 for tonight?" I mean, don't count. They're like, "We're getting paid. That's great." And I was like, Well, this is a weird world that I have just entered. So yeah, it's amazing to me, people like you, Brian, because we've thrown your name around for a couple years now, at least, about this Joey Ramone Award, and because of everything that you do in the scene to help pump shit up and keep things going, because that's just what it takes, And thank God for Rick.
Well, hopefully we can award that to you on stage. Love you too, guys. Hopefully we can award that to you on stage this year. Hopefully, if not soon, we'll get you that award.
Yeah.
Like to give
and the band gets an award too. The What the Fuck Award.
Oh yeah. You won the What the Fuck Was That Award as well.
You'll be getting that too. It's around there.
Yeah, I told my bandmates they could have that one. I'll take the other one. So we all get an award,
Well deserved.
Well, it's so funny because when Punk Rock Night originally made it a year, I was just like, we didn't know what to do. I didn't know what to do, and I thought, oh, we should make a Punk Rock Night Music Award. Basically making fun of the Grammys, and I used to heavily joke about it. And then one year, I remember this specifically, that Rich corrected me and said, a lot of people really put a lot of time and effort into winning these awards, and so for you to downplay it is a little bit disingenuous. And I was like, you know what? You're right, Rich.
Well, it wasn't meant to be taken seriously.
Well, it wasn't originally, but then people took it seriously.
Don't take it too serious, everyone, but still, it is an honor. I mean, GBR was nominated the very first year. It was the What the Fuck Was That Award, of course, but I was at that show because I wanted to see what it was all about, and you were onto something with the awards show. I knew right from then, way before I worked for PRN. It's like, yeah, this is cool.
Yeah, well, and it just we have melded and worked well together. I mean, all of us. And this is how we can continue this network. And all the bullshit that we see in the world, this has educated me from the start on
this is my self. Helps take all the BS out of your life.
Right.
To a good punk show, PRN or elsewhere.
I have played the game for so many years now, and here in a couple of years, I'm going to be out of the game and ready to put my full effort into whatever my choosing is. And because I got caught up with the computer thing back in the day, and it led to a good life. And now today, but I've always been very interested in music. And Brian, Rich, I mean, I have seen your bands form and become, and you, Craig, I mean, and do what I would consider remarkable things with your artistry. And I am just in awe of the whole thing. And this is what drives me, is that
getting to hear some
watching people, what they do. And when I really got into the video, I watched even harder, because I started really looking at what bands were doing, and it made every reflection of what I did in my band and what Rich was doing at PRN. And we've just mind melded on all this, and I can't thank all of you enough, and everybody out there that has helped make this a punk rock show that can do like a $30,000 a year. I mean,
unbelievable.
Takes a village.
I mean, we're not hosting bands, big bands. I mean, because that's big money.
It was a shit year too. Just think if it was a non-COVID year.
Yeah.
Although I think we raised a lot because it was COVID, and we had donations coming in for them and for Jonesy and the band. So
in the mail.
Well,
We would have made more off of the door, which we always give to the bands anyway, but we track that as well as part of the income.
we can have Jonesy come up and have a heart attack each year.
Oh my god!
I could
Please
do
no.
it.
The big one.
He can win the.
I could make a whole act of it. I'll start yelling out for Elizabeth. Elizabeth, I'm coming to join you.
No.
Oh, I like how we're all of that age. Well, except for him.
we are
over an hour.
Generation X.
Still need to play the fucking fill-ins video.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
We've had a guest. We can go over an hour.
The beginning of Generation X, I should say. I do have the fucking fill-ins video that they made for tonight, so I'm going to play that for y'all. And cheers to you if you made it this long in the broadcast.
Yeah.
'Cause we do tend to run on, but we don't. It's not every day that we get to talk to Jonesy. I mean, I see Rich every week, so and Craig.
Cheers.
We barely even talk.
Well, Craig talks. We just never hear him.
Yeah.
I'm shouting over here.
Still barely hear you, Craig. Really?
I'm like shouting.
Don't worry, Craig. January is almost up. February's here. You can drink again. Everything's gonna be fine.
I will be a lot more animated on the show.
I need to reboot, but moderated. Because, you need to moderate your alcohol. Jonesy has taught us nothing.
Absolutely.
It is to
nothing.
take things in moderation.
Why am I even talking? Nobody can even hear me.
Well, I can hear you.
You can hear me?
But you guys can't?
I can hear him a little.
I got to go do a whole system thing. All right. Anyways, I wanted to show you the Pan Lakes video from Target Acquired, or excuse me, the fucking fill-ins.
Fillions?
Similar members.
Fillions. The fucking Fillions.
The fucking Funyuns?
All right.
It's a good name.
Here we go. We'll be back with you in a couple minutes here, people.
Shane, there's one thing about our... Is it on?
Yeah.
Shane, there's one thing about our fans that I gotta say. They got great fucking taste.
Sorry, I think I messed that video up.
It was going.
Well, did you hear it?
Yeah, I could hear it.
I didn't hear it.
Get it going.
That is so weird. I could not hear it at all.
Scummy's tuning in. It's how it's supposed to be, right?
All right. Here, I'm going to just play this, but I can't hear it at all. I don't know what's up with that. Let
it roll a bit. Spike says no. Well, there's not much happening on the video, but there's audio.
That was my thing. I couldn't hear the audio. I saw the video fine. I couldn't hear the audio. You could hear the audio. This is what you're telling me.
The music hadn't started yet. They're talking about their fans and stuff.
Yeah, I heard that.
That's what that meant. Or what?
Shane, there's one thing about our... Is it on?
Yeah.
Shane, there's one thing about our fans that I gotta say. They got great fucking taste.
Everybody wants to be a fucking feeling. Everybody wants to know the feeling. How Sheena's come can bring the fucking house down with the punk rock and acting like some clown. Everybody wants to be a fucking feeling. Everybody wants to know the feeling.
doesn't matter what we write, 'cause to us it's not a fight. That means we're all fucking winners, but not really. Some of us are better sinners.
Everybody wants to be a fucking feeling. Everybody wants to know the feeling. How Shane Scum can bring the fucking house down with that punk rock and acting like some clowns.
Making pancakes, making bacon pancakes, making pancakes, making bacon pancakes, making pancakes, making bacon pancakes, making pancakes, making bacon pancakes.
Fillings, the fucking fillings.
I said pan lakes.
Hey, that was the fucking fill-ins, and we lost Greg and Craig for a second. At least the video still played. They're coming back.
There you go.
It's the fill-ins. If
That
you
was
didn't know,
hilarious.
that band became a band because we had so many bands drop off because of the pandemic starting, and they're like, "Oh, we can fill in." Just
I
be
love
Shane
it.
and they wrote a bunch of songs. They only record using their phone. They write them quick and down and dirty, and have a whole lot of fun on stage while they play them. So this Saturday,
That's cool.
great guys, so much fun.
Greg Scubby
Supporters,
Scud, man, really swinging out of the park these last couple of weeks. I mean, his last show last week,
Yeah.
best
They're
show
really
yet,
good.
and
Definitely.
Scummy
and I am just starting to really get it. You know, I'm getting what he's going for, and I like it when that feeling happens because, you know, we all have our favorite bands. I was born and raised on the Ramones. Well, not born and raised, but pretty much raised. I mean, a big Jimi Hendrix fan before that, and boy, when the Ramones, I just got it. That bubble gum. I want to hold your hand and walk through the park type of bubblegum 7-Eleven, but with a lot of death and destruction in
And don't forget
between.
the chaos.
The chaos.
Death and destruction. And don't forget great chaos.
Baseball bats.
So I appreciate what, you know, our little community when we pull together can do. And I admire our power because I mean we can get shit done when we put our minds to it, and we've kept it going even through this when everybody else is just like but I mean, what other choice does the mill have, and what other choice do we have really?
Yep.
I mean, are we not going to do it? We're going to do it within the limits that are allowed to us.
Yep.
And that's what we
Tough.
do.
I'm going to try to do a virtual day drinking show in a couple weeks.
That'd be cool.
I don't know how I'm going to pull it off, but I'm going to try.
Well, hit us up.
Cool. Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe I can help do something on my end. I'm going to explore a couple of new platforms because the Black Circle did a benefit show this week.
Went really well, yeah, with Lisa Frank and the Trapper Keepers.
Yeah, and they had an amazing video platform that was very nice. They did it really well. It didn't seem to be pre-recorded. It was all live. And that's really when, you know, it gets the value for me, because when we were just recording shows, I recorded a bunch of shows, but I never had time to go through and edit the shit. So when we started doing this, when COVID really kicked in and we were really, we already had a lot of this shit set up, and we had just built a machine to help multicam stream this. We just didn't have the right software dialed in yet, I guess, or something.
The cameras were great, but the audio is really wonky, as it is with this thing. If Jonesy were to play a guitar, the system would see it as background music and try and clip it out.
Yes, so there's
trying to get better.
There's advantages with both systems, and it's really nothing that we're doing because we've got I wouldn't say professional level equipment, but we have the phones and crap required to do this. So
Heck, when your phone could be a video studio, take advantage. It's what we do most of our feeds off of at the live shows. The actual
absolutely. Well, okay. Well, it's 8:51, almost 9 p.m. And I know our shows run long sometimes, but this is the freedom that we have, Craig Chaos.
All 6 of our guests, I'm sure, have loved it.
Yeah.
Well, we were.
Yeah,
we did have
people watch this later. I mean, or skim through it. That's what I would do.
You look a week later.
I'll post it on the Bloody Muffs page in the Bloody Muffs group.
Appreciate everyone tuning in. Keeping the
Right
community together and talking about what everyone wants to chat about, music, videos.
Yeah.
That's what we do. Thanks to Greg starting up the live feed show.
Yeah, it just kind of organically happened, and it seemed, and COVID will not end, so therefore the show doesn't end, and I guess it's just a thing now. Craig and I, Rich over here, and whoever we can con into coming on the air with us. So, but yeah, man, thank you so much, man.
Tune in whenever you want, Jonesy.
Jonesy,
I'm usually in the chat room anyway, so
we love that too.
I mean, other than the giving you the Joey Ramone Award, I mean, I don't really think there's much more that we can do to show you how much we appreciate everything that you've done in life, and we think that you are a fucking godsend rock star.
Well, you guys set the model that I follow, so I mean, I see people doing it right, and I try to follow their lead. You know what I mean?
We can always learn from each other, and that's what it takes to build and keep going.
I'll tell you what, if this virtual day drinking show thing works, that might be a good way to expand your shows out.
What
you can have a virtual show at some point in
Saturday
the afternoon.
What are you thinking? Or
Saturday?
Yeah, it's a lot of work though. That's a pain in the ass.
Right. Wow.
Together, we'll see how
work is never easy.
Share it. Yeah.
One
band's
recording in a club, so that's gonna be cool.
Yeah.
Well, hell,
I don't know. I guess the Bloody Muffs will get together and record. Maybe we'll do a Zoom video.
That'd be cool.
Oh, you should.
Our friends Gift
Craig.
Shop are gonna do a set, and our friends Bedpan Fight are gonna do a set. So it's just as if it was in the club.
That's awesome.
Yeah. We'll see if it works.
Check out punkrocknight.com. We did post all of February and half of March. Most of March shows are posted. There's Facebook event pages too. So see what shows you want to come to. Since limited capacity, we have tickets available. We usually have tickets available that week. Or if you want to hit us up in advance, make sure you don't miss a show. Let us know. And tune in online. Safest way to do it right here.
Right. Every Saturday and Thursday. Thursdays at 7:30 and Saturdays we are on at 9-ish.
Yeah, it's usually a little after 9. The band starts about 9:15. We start the live feed a few minutes before, about 9:10. So be right around 9. Get your drinks ready.
And the replay usually comes about a half hour after the live feed ends.
Well, right on, Jonesy. Stick around here for a minute. I'm going to end the live cast and tell everybody good night. Thank you for everything that you've done for us this year.
Likewise.
And thank you, Jonesy, Rich, Craig.
Pleasure.
Hello.
Is everyone home? We miss you.
And everybody at home, my mom.
Good evening.
All right. So I'm going to end this now. So thank you all. Cheers.
Deuces.
And we'll be back Saturday night without commentary, and then next Thursday with all the commentary. Well done to the bands last week. We couldn't have done it without you. You really did a great job. It really was a bang up. I enjoyed watching the show. It just gives me that emptiness. Oh, and good night, Mom. My mom, she's one of my viewers.
Good night, Greg's mom.
So, all right. Cheers, gang. Talk to you later.
Thanks for having me.
Hey, Jonesy, stick around for a second.